and welcome. So I'm going to do a couple different part videos on Cakesicles. These are so cute and perfect for summer because it's like a popsicle but cake. So this first video is going to be the basics on how to make them with your Cakesicle molds. It definitely was trial and error for me. I had a couple major fails before I kind of figured out the best way to make my Cakesicles. So I'm going to show you how I make them without breaking the ends when I put the stick in and make them come out super cute. Okay, so I'm going to get my Cakesicle mold. So I got these off of Amazon. They are technically mini Cakesicle molds, so you can double check the sizes when you're buying them if you're looking for the big ones or the small ones. And every time before you use them, you just need to wash and dry them really good. Stuff just really sticks to these, dirt and crumbs and hair and whatever, so you just have to really make sure that they're really nice and clean before you put the chocolate in them. So I'll do that first. And then my molds also came with the sticks. So I have the little sticks here. So I'm going to take melting chocolate. I just got a big old bag of white melting chocolate, and I'm gonna put some in a microwave safe bowl. Then throw this in the microwave for 30 seconds at a time at half power, stirring with a spoon in between until it is all melted. Okay, so I got my chocolate. I'm just gonna stir it till it's completely melted. And then I have my mold, and I'm gonna just start by putting a spoonful in each one. And then I'm gonna take my spoon and smear it around and up the sides. And then I can kind of see like, oh, there's definitely not enough chocolate in that, so I'm gonna add a bit more chocolate. And do the same thing with the other ones. Add some chocolate. Smear up the sides. Add some chocolate. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift it up and hold it to the sides, and so I'm going to go like this to really coat the sides and make sure the whole thing's evenly coated all around. Then I just bang it a couple times to make sure there's no weird air bubbles. And then I'm gonna take one of the sticks and I'm gonna stick it all the way through and then pull all the way out. That will just ensure that there's a hole for the stick. So stick it all the way through, pull it all the way out. And again with this one. Like that. And then I'm just going to set it aside to harden. And then I will do a second layer. Okay, well, the first layer of those is hardening. I'm going to make the cake part of it. So I'm going to need some buttercream icing. So I'm just gonna make a small batch of buttercream icing over here. Okay, here we go. Buttercream icing. And then I'm going to get a bowl and take some cake. I'm just using cupcakes because that's what I have, but you can just use cake, whatever you have. Throw it into your bowl. This is funfetti because it's delicious. Crumble it and throw it in. And then you're going to add some icing and then mix it together. You don't need ton of icing. So you want to start with a little bit and then add more as you need it. You can just kind of like put your hand in and mix it up. I'm gonna use my little handheld mixer just because, I don't know, it's a little less gross to me. I don't really like mushing things up with my hands. So I'm just gonna start with like a little blob. And I need a bit more, so I'm gonna add another little blob. And then basically you just kind of have to test it. Go like this. And if it sticks together nicely like this, then that's a good consistency. Okay, my chocolate's pretty much hardened in these, so I'm going to melt some more white chocolate and do a second layer. Okay, so basically I'm going to do the same thing again, but I don't need to use quite as much chocolate. It's mainly the sides that need a little bit extra buildup. So I'm going to just kind of build it up along the sides, all around, because that's where it kind of needs the second layer. The bottom part is usually pretty good. So I'm maybe just going to smooth it around the edges. And then the same thing, I'm going to do the edge, this edge spot with a nice thick layer, and get my popsicle stick and stick it all the way through and pull it all the way up to keep the hole in there for the stick. I found that if you put it in and then pull it back out the same way, it doesn't work quite as good. It kind of was a lot of trial and error to figure out what worked best, because the first couple times I made these, I definitely broke this part. But this is the way that I've figured out works the best for me. So I'm gonna, nice thick layer on the edge. Stick through. And out the other end. Perfect, and then once again, I'll just set this aside and let that all get nice and hardened before I add the cake filling. Okay, the chocolate is hardened, so now I'm going to take some of that cake batter that I made and press it into the mold. Just like this. And then I'm going to put my sticks in. Like that. Sorry, my hands are wet because I keep washing them. Push it down, stick the stick in. Like that. And then I'm going to take my melting chocolate again, and I'm going to put it on top of them and just spread it to the edges. And then I will just set those aside. Okay, so to pop them out, I'm going to push up like this, then just push on the stick from the bottom and pull it out. Like that. And then comes the fun part because we get to decorate them, which is definitely the fun part. Okay, thank you so much for watching how to make my Cakesicles. You can check back next week for the next video, which will be how to decorate your Cakesicles. But the making of the Cakesicles is definitely the hard part. Decorating them is the fun part. It's a lot easier and you kind of just get to have fun. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.